and with me for the first period of play as expert commentator. Welcome once again to Frank Tyson.
Thank you very much indeed, Norman, and what a pleasure to be with you once again for this momentous Battle of the Ashes, this trophy that was instigated in 1882 at the Oval when England cricket was said to have died and the body cremated and the ashes taken to Australia. And here are these two teams battling it out as the first ball is about to be bowled by Willis around the wicket, notice, to Wood.
And they're going through for a single. That looks to be well run. Yes, well called. And they're through for one. That's the first run of the match. Wood has won. Cozier to face his first ball. Australia, none for one.
Now let's say just a few words about the wicket. The wicket is very well grassed. The press have said that there might be a little bit of early life in this pitch because of the amount of grass on it. The previous matches so far this season in Queensland have shown that the ball has moved off the seam, but not moved very quickly. An additional factor in favour of the batsman will be the fact that the wicket was not covered overnight. The covers were left off. The pitch was guarded, and consequently there's been very little or no sweating underneath the covers, and there will, I don't think, be very much early moisture in this pitch.
And a run here, yes, away to mid-wicket for a single, so both batsmen had scored a run. Australia, no wicket for two. Well, he didn't know too much about that one.
Ball just moving slightly off the seam. Willis will doubtless be angling the ball into the left-hander. Willis is not a great swinger of the ball through the air, but he does keep that seam very straight and he makes the ball move off the pitch. And that one just surprised Wood. Both of these players, very good runners between the wickets, as you probably realise, with those two sharp singles that have put Australia already in the asset category.
And they're going through again. Gower coming in, a shot at the stumps. Hit the stumps, he's out. Cozier's out. Cozier has been run out. There's sensation. Cozier run out for one. Australia 1 for 2.
Oh.
Gower, the fieldsman, had cover.
Yes, a great underarm return, Gower. Just coming in very quickly, and he was spot on with that return. I'm just wondering, Cozier to me looked as though he was safe. There's only one thing that I can say, that if he was making good his ground, he left his bat in the air. He certainly looked physically well within the crease. Let's watch it again. Here it goes. There's the single. Cozier now coming down the wicket. Here comes Gower. But no, Cozier had his bat down. So he was obviously just found short. Toohey, of course, coming in now at a real moment of crisis. Well, it's funny, I was just saying that there were quick takers of singles. Wood in particular runs very quickly between the wickets. He and Charlesworth are a well-known single combination in Western Australia. On that occasion, I'm afraid Wood's quickness between the wicket wasn't matched by Cozier.
Now, a very interesting field for Toohey. We have 3 slips, 2 gullies and a point. Only 2 onside fieldsmen. Willis to Toohey. And they're taking a single here, and that's not a very good run either. They had to hurry at the last moment. They pushed it wide of the fieldsman, Randall. Now, players like Randall and Gower should be respected in the field. And that beat him all up. That was a good ball.
Yes.
And again a good ball.
Like that, I was... That wasn't a little bit of movement, that was a lot.
And they're taking a single, yes, an easy one there. Boycott the fieldsman. That's mid-on, so Toohey is 1. That's his first run, 1 for 5. Oh, that almost cut him in half.
That almost bowled him. He made up his mind to let that ball go. which he did, and then he got out of the way. And in so doing, left his stumps open. Let's just watch this again. Willis pretty wide on the crease, as you notice, angling the ball in. Here it comes, and it's going to come further back across to in. It went straight over the top of the middle stump.
Toohey has been bowled by Willis for 1. Australia 2 for 5.
Well, that was a very, very airy-fairy shot indeed. Toohey was trying to drive that ball. It was a ball that cut back in from outside the off stump. The hero of the moment, bowling that ball coming into Toohey, and Toohey, as you can see, drove at the ball, left a gap between bat and pad, and the rest is history. It's in the scorebook.
Wood is not out too. The new batsman is the Australian captain, Yallop. Well, that's the first actual bouncer we've seen in the match so far. And runs here, there might be a couple. There's a chase round for Boycott. They've taken 1, coming back for 2. First runs to Yallop, here's 2. Wood facing up to Old.
Oh. And again, Wood pretending that he didn't play at that, but he did. He did.
And a field caught behind, he's out. Wood caught Taylor, bowled Old for 7. Yallop not out 3. Australia 3 for 14. Old has 1 for 6.
I think it had to happen. It had to happen because Wood had played and missed outside that off stump time and time and time again. And Old thoroughly deserved that wicket. He'd beaten the bat perhaps more than Willis has, and eventually Wood, just playing for the in-swing, got the outside edge. As you can see, Wood knew that he'd hit it. He must have known also that Taylor wasn't going to miss that catch.
Well, with the new batsman coming in, Hughes, we have a new commentator moving in, Frank Tyson, away for the moment, and welcome here in Brisbane to Keith Miller. We'll talk to him after this ball. So it's Old to bowl to Hughes. That one going away. Well, Keith, you're going to take wickets or get runs?
Well, it's you can see from that final delivery that that ball pitched and went wide. It seemed tremendous amounts away to the leg side, and this is very like English conditions, and I've always said that nobody bowls better on these type of conditions than English bowlers. Well, there's give you another example. That ball pitched is on about the off stump, and it seemed to went very wide of the stumps at the end. But even Willis, who's the fastest man bowling around here today, he's even sort of cut down his pace and more or less working on a consistent line and length. And that ball, as I say, it really whipped away and making it very difficult for the batsman.
Wicket's playing, it's obviously seaming around a bit. There's a little bit in the track, but it's fairly slow. There's not that much bounce there. If our blokes can see it out for a bit longer, I think it'll develop into a really good batting wicket.
What a great morning start here for England. Chris Old continuing to bowl. And that's a chance, and it's dropped. So a let off for the Australian captain. Dukes the offender at second slip.
Well, he dived in the air for it, but had plenty of time to see the ball, Jim, and I thought it should have been really swallowed, that one. Now, you watch it go away, he follows it, and it goes high, but Old has plenty of time to see the ball.
This is a 7th over for Bob Willis, who's only given away 10 runs to date, making that early breakthrough. There's the short one, Keith. I don't know. You were a hooker in your day. I don't know what you thought about that shot.
Yeah, it would have been right if it connected, because there's not a man in the outfield, a man just behind, very short behind the backward leg there. What's this delivery? It's very wide outside the off stump. Well, Sir Donald Bradman, no doubt, will be looking at that shot, and the greatest hooker the game has known, apart from being the greatest batsman, and I think Don would be shaking his head, saying, naughty, naughty.
I think his feet might possibly have been in a better position, Keith. So Willis again to Hughes.
And that's edged away. Half chance. Gooch giving chase to it. Pull it up. Hughes will pick up 2 for it.
So Willis turned now to bowl to the Australian captain into left-hander Graham Yallop.
And gets a good one, and he's got an outside edge, and he's gone, and Gooch has made no mistake this time. Willis breaks through again. 4 Australians out. The score is only on 19, and it's been very much England's morning here.
Well, that is right on the stumps, and Yallop had to play it. And opposite seam back towards the slip. Now let's watch this. It's bung on line of the stumps. So Yallop committed. Obviously it cut away and went straight to Gooch, who was straight in like going into a great sack. Well, look at that. Good catch.
I thought it was a particularly good delivery. Keith pitched right on target there around about the leg, and it'll cut away, and a very difficult ball to deal with.
There's another angle of the same delivery. Oh yes, right across the blade of the bat.
So Laughlin, first ball then from Willis.
Well, he's pushed that away. Should get a couple here. They've run the first one quickly. Gow's chasing, and there's no problem there for the left-hander to come back, get off the mark straight away with 2 runs.
And really possibly thinking that the outswinger is going to be the ball is going to concentrate. Done away with the short leg now. So 4 slips and 2 gullies. Gooch. Boycott's found his way there now.
Jim, I'm just looking at the size of those fellas in slips there. What are they, getting around the 6-foot mark out there? They look rather tall from our high vantage spot here.
The fella's solidly built, and there's a good outswinger. It's moved away, and both of them have struck again in his very first over. Kim Hughes has gone.
Well, here we go again. We see this outswinger, which Jim Maker has been telling us about, has taken a lot of wickets in the short career. He did not get his foot far enough across, and he just got a very thin edge, and it's all right to sit up here and criticise, but playing your first test against what you'd call a rather dicey pitch to bat on is not funny. As you see the inspection of the wicket there, and having a look at the grassy spots, there's quite a lot of it there, and no doubt the cheering, of course, is a local hero, John McLean.
Guard, Randall, a long chat with both of them. Don't know whether he's got some special information about the new batsman. But facing his first ball in Test match cricket.
And pushes it away nicely. He'll get a great roll for that, and jolly well done. Good luck to him. He'll get 2 for it. And very nice to get off the mark like that. And you can almost see, Keith, the big sigh of relief and the great enthusiastic applause from this crowd that greeted those first 2 runs.
So still 3 slips, 2 gullies. Lachlan facing Willis.
And that's hooked away. It's gone down to lever at long leg, and he's taken a great gap. And they've fallen for the bouncer again. And would you believe Australia have lost 6 wickets here this morning in less than an hour and a half's play. Willis takes his 3rd wicket. Cloughlin gone, caught sub. It was John Lever on the long leg boundary. And this is the way it happened.
Willis pounding one this in, and Lachlan not really getting into position at all. Very ungainly. He's not normally a hooker, Trevor Lachlan, and that time he certainly has fallen for the 3 card tricks. It's a very good catch by Lever, coming in quickly and making it in the end fairly easily, but he moved well, probably around about 20 yards, and Jim, that's really a tremendous start for England.
That's steered away, got it through the slips this time. That could be the first 4 of this Test match. So local boy John McLean gets the first 4, and they'll give him plenty of applause for that.
A slight change in the field now for Willis. He's got Miller tucked in at short leg. Dispense with one of the slips. And that's a glorious shot. Not quite timed, but showed his intentions. Randall chasing it, and a nifty bit of work just prevents it reaching the fence. They'll take 3 comfortable runs there. Powerfully and very, very nicely put away indeed by Yardley. Really the best shot we've seen in the morning's play today. Botham waiting, going to continue with this aggressive field. 3 slips, 2 gullies. He's got Edmonds crouching in at square point. Willis down at long leg. And just 2 men in front of the bat. One on the offside, one on the leg side. So ready to resume. And it's Botham coming in. Nearly disaster first ball. Very, very fortunate to get away with that. Like no sort of a shot at it, got a top edge. He's got 4 for it over the top of the wicket-keeper's head.
And Jim, it's certainly not the ball you'd expect from the first ball after lunch, and that's clever bowling by Ian Botham. It was a very good bouncer then.
So the 50 coming up. Yardley's made up his mind, it seems, that he's going to try and play a few shots, do something about this. If he'd got an outside edge there, he might well have got another 4 over the top of the slips. Well, that's edged away and it's dropped. And Graham Gooch has dropped another. He dropped one earlier in the day, and that one's gone down as well. So a life there for Yardley. So Willis coming into Yardley.
And that's surely out. It's a thick edge. Taylor's caught it. Yardley goes. Willis picks up his 4th wicket. And Australia have got 7 men out with 53 on the board.
Far end camera. Face on there for Botham.
That's a good hearty blow. That's beaten Randall and racing away through the outfield for 4.
So the over-pitch ball, the half volley, getting what it deserved. A very good off drive there from Rodney Hogg. Treated that in Cavalier style. Lofted it, crashed it over the bowler's head. It's another long chase for Randall. And they just about made the 3rd. There's no 3rd man, it's Gower giving chase. I think that's going to beat Gower this time. It's catching him up. A valiant dive, but the ball wins. And 4 runs for Rodney Hogg. He's avoided the slips again, and that'll go through for 4 more. Gower chasing it, but no hope at all of cutting it off.
And that's the 100 up for Australia. Well, we didn't think it was possible. They've reached it after 6 for 26. And that's the 50 partnership. That won't be 4. Comfortable 2 as Randall feels. Can he score, is he? Yes, he's out. Hogg caught Taylor, bowled Botham for 36, a very fine innings. McLean is not out 31, 7 sundries, 8 for 113.
Yes, well, that you can see then Hogg, who's played a very fine innings. You watch him chase the ball, it swings away, and you watch he doesn't get over the ball, reaches for it. There you are, reaching away. You can see the stick quite clearly.
Appeal for caught behind. He's out. Yes, Hurst caught Taylor, bowled Botham, no score. McLean not out 31, 2 wickets falling in this over, 9 for 113. Botham 3 for 40.
Well, he's got the magic touch, but what's the man, the batsman, Hurst, is not very happy about this decision. Fieldsmen are quite happy. Well, it seems to come reasonably straight, but watch Botham has no doubt.
It all goes right back to that toss, doesn't it, Keith? Would you have sent them in?
No, I made the statement, Norman. A lot of people, a lot of the pressmen, no doubt, will, after the debacle, will attack Yallop. But it's all right. It's all easy, I should say, to talk after the event. I think he had no hesitation in batting. I would have done the same, and no disrespect to Yallop, I would have definitely have batted.
And bowled him. It's all over. Higgs bowled by Old for 1. McLean remains not out. 133, not out 33 McLean. 7 sundries, all out 116. We'll look at this last dismissal on replay, and then we'll give you the full board for Australia. And repeating for those of you interested, here's the replay. Keith Miller will talk about it. Last dismissal.
You watch the swing through the air. It shows a bit of movement still in this air, because although Higgs is not a batsman, he played well inside it. Well inside it, and England have done very well. They must be very happy, and after the bad start, I'm sure that even Graham Yallop is quite happy.
So John McLean on the right-hand side getting a hero's welcome. He remained undefeated, not out 33. A very fine performance for the Australian keeper in his first test match. And he leads the players off the field. So Australia, after one stage, being 6 for 26, all out for 116.
Australia all out for 116. Not a big score, but under these conditions, let's just see how the English batsmen handle things.
So, the situation is Australia all out for 116. England now about to start their reply. The field set by Graham Yallop, fairly aggressive. 4 slips, a gully, a cover point, short leg, mid-on, and we have a man down at deep fine leg as Boycott faces Alan Hurst, first ball.
Watching Hogg there, he makes a sort of double mark on his run. He's taken his indicator back to the first of the 2 marks, and he has a second bowling mark here. Now, frankly, as a fast bowler, what's all that about?
Well, the mark further away is the acceleration mark. He starts his run there on that first mark and then accelerates from there.
And well played by Gooch. That's the first runs of the innings. There should be a couple here. They're back for a second. And easy too. And a chance almost. That's an appeal for court. He didn't take it. The fieldsman indicating he didn't take it. Now that was almost a chance.
Let's just watch Gooch. He'll go right onto the back foot. He'll go onto the back foot before the ball's bowled now.
And in the air, is he out? Yes, he's out. Gooch has been caught by Lachlan. Bowled Hurst, and Gooch stood there for 5 seconds after that decision was given, and England are 1 for 2.
I think that was a bat pad. Must have been, because it certainly hit him on the pad. Let's look at it again. Hogg bowling to Gooch. Gooch onto the back foot. Hits him there on pad and goes off the pad into the gully. And I think Gooch was standing there because he didn't think that the ball had hit the bat.
There's a sensational wicket straight away, and Australia fighting back into the game. And look at the elation on Lachlan's face there. And Randall coming in now at number 3 with England 1 for 2.
It's renewed again now with Alan Hurst from the far end. And that's hooked away by Randall. And quickly onto that fine shot, kept it down, swept away down just behind square for 4. Oh, it's hooked away, it's in the air, it's beaten long leg, and it goes for 4 again. And that's a typical Boycott shot. That's the one that he's, over the years, played better than any other shot in the book. The one just short of a length, cracked away. It brings him his first boundary, and will do him a power of good. Oh, that was a bad ball. Full toss outside the leg stump. Gets the treatment from Randall. Wasn't going to miss out on that gift. Turns it away for 4. So 4 boundaries already to Derek Randall. He's leading this English reply.
The Englishman got 1 appeal against the light. They came back after a short spell. Randall up and happy. Appealed again. It was knocked back. And in response, Randall himself hit this magnificent 6.
And he played at that one. That was a good ball.
Boycott kicking the ground there in disgust at playing and offering of that one. Not happy with himself at all. It's the replay. Hogg now pounding in just short of a length. That one's taken off. Look at that. Boycott has lost his composure there. One of the few times that he hasn't been perfectly balanced. Look at that back foot. It slipped away towards the leg side.
And chance is caught by Hughes. Magnificent catch. Left-hand catch by Hughes. Boycott caught Hughes, bowled Hogg for 13. A vital wicket for Australia. It's 2 for 38. Brilliant the next batsman. And Hogg has 2 for... Let's see, the board isn't up yet. 2 for 2, is it? But here's the replay.
Here's the replay with Hogg. Boycott with this open stance now has left himself exposed. Look, he's opened up there. Got square onto the ball. Hughes has caught it nicely. Very low to the ground. And the delighted Bruce Yardley there does a pirouette in midair. Here again, you'll see it now. He's opened his body up, played away, up in the air. And that's not a Geoff Boycott shot.
And a hook shot, he might be just wide of the fieldsman. That wasn't too far away from Wood. He's got onto it. It's going to be 4. Now, that wasn't all that good a shot. And a nice looking stroke, that one. He timed it very well indeed. That's coming down to the boundary. Very close to a straight drive, just fractionally on the onside.
England 2 for 60 at the end of the first day's play.
Way to the fence at backward square leg. He's obviously there for the hook that Randall does love.
He's quite deep there at square leg. He's a long way behind the umpire. Umpire, of course, about halfway to the pitch. And there's the shot over the top of third man, down to the fence for 4. It was in the air, but I think he aimed that way, just hit it very hard over the gully fieldsman. And Randall goes on to 49. Two for 71. And appeal for caught behind and not out. Not out. A loud appeal by the Australians. Umpire French at the far end.
Off the thigh, I feel. There is Hurst bowling. Note his deflection. It hits Randall's thigh, his left thigh. There. And you can see the ball just deflecting down the leg side. McLean, I don't think, had any idea what it hit because Randall's body was masking the shot. There it goes. From the side there, it looked as though his bat was very close to it.
And there's the 50 coming up. Yes, that's his half century. So Randall is 50, 2 for 72. And runs here, there'll be a couple, a chase for Wood. Came back for an easy 2. Randall moving on to 52 and the total to 76. So the difference in scores now is only 40. Australia were all out yesterday for 116.
Hogg at the moment seems to have changed his line of attack a little bit. It's a couple of balls he's bowled on the leg stump, which in view of the strength of the slips cordon doesn't seem to be a sensible sort of policy.
And chance and caught, yes.
Drop.
No, dropped by Yallop. He had it twice and then dropped it. That's a terrible mistake for Australia. It in the hands, out of the hands, into the hands again, and finally dropped. And look at Graham Yallop, the Australian captain.
Well, this wasn't a very difficult chance at all. Randall getting a thick edge there, the ball travelling quite slowly. It looks as though Yallop's got it. It's there in his hands now, into his chest, it's up, he's having another go at it now. He's having another go, and then he falls down, and in falling down, he pushes it out over the top of his head.
Oh, that was a useful ball. Nip backer, come back off the pitch.
This is replay. Watch this, the ball, we can't quite see it, but it does definitely nip back, as Jim said, and of course he's well forward, and that saved him, no doubt. If he'd played back or shuffled across the crease, I'd imagine he would have been given out.
So Randall stays on 58 as Lachlan comes in again. Well, I've played across that one, I would have thought, Keith. It was pitched up and he was looking to hit it wide of mid-on.
It's a much fuller ball, that one, and he tried to hit it through mid-wicket here. There we go there, and looks even from, although it's not in line, you could see it seemed to be him on the left leg, and I'd imagine would have missed the leg stump quite a bit.
So once again, it's Randall at the far end as Cozier bowls to him. That's at last a good shot. Half volley, and it's driven very firmly and very well, wide of mid-on by Randall, through to the fence for 4. A long, long time since we had a genuine boundary. There's a little nick past the wicket-keeper for 1, but that's only the second 4 in a long, long time. So the 100 coming up for England, 102 now for 2 men out. And that's another really fine shot. Taylor warming to the task now. Won't reach that long boundary, which is still fairly slow down in that far corner, but they've run well to make it into 3.
Do I detect the sign of the English batsman now determined to play a few shots now the 100's passed? They're within striking distance of the Australian score. They've still got 8 wickets in hand, and I don't think there's anything to be lost by at least trying to assert themselves and get on top of the Australian attack at this stage. There's a lot of batting to come. I think the situation's tailor-made for people like Gower low down the order.
Gower and Botham could both be quite useful here later on. So Randall 2 in turn, picking up a couple of runs as Hurst moves round from behind square. Good backing up there. Saved the overthrows. Well, they decided the chances aren't there, and he went down to meet Lachlan almost before he let the ball go. He's picked up 2 runs from it. Randall now on to 75, 111. He can score with the 2 men out, Gooch and Boycott.
Really magnificent catch. Superb catch. Randall has gone to the bowling of Hurst. And you won't see many better split gully catches than that. A real beauty. Third wicket going down with a score on 111. That was Lachlan. Magnificent catch there by Lachlan in the gully.
Randall's patience was finally worn thin. The ball wide of the off stump, as you can see. Randall going for the off drive, pick-edged it, and Lachlan took that miraculous catch there in the gully.
So an extra slip in now. 4 slips in. First ball for Brearley. So it's Hurst back in action and Brearley just padding it away.
Yes, Brearley has batted pretty slowly throughout the tour of Australia, but he's had a few tricky wickets to bat on. He played very well and got a century in Melbourne on a very slow wicket, where the ball didn't come onto the bat at all. He concentrated very hard indeed.
Well, he's got one through the slips off the edge and could well open his account here with 4. So the second streaky boundary we've seen here since lunch. Wonder Randall and now Brearley getting underway with a thick outside edge.
And England are in the lead.
But, I think the policy now with the new batsman in to bring the quickest back was fair enough. But like you've seen Higgs have a bowl earlier. And it's chipped away down to long leg by Brearley, and he's coming back quickly for the second and makes his ground quite safely, despite an excellent throw coming in right over the top of the stumps.
Really was sorely tested here in Queensland by a young medium fast bowler with short deliveries in the second innings in the Queensland match. He didn't like him, and I would have thought early on that may have paid for the pacemen to have gone round the wicket and tried to dig him in a little short. Not easy to bowl round the wicket, and it's a lot harder to place short deliveries from that angle.
And he got a good one there, and that lifted the flown, and he's gone, and Brearley is gone. I think there's no question at all about it. So Mike Brearley missed out again in the Test match, and he's the 4th Englishman out with a score on 120. Caught behind off the bowling of Hogg. Another great victim then for Rodney Hogg. This is how it happened to Mike Brearley.
What we're talking about, the shorter delivery. Brearley cramping himself there, not moving inside, just the gloves. Johnny McLean moving nicely to take the catch. Here's the closer one, really coming across in close, off the gloves, I would have thought, and through to the keeper.
And David Gower, it's the first time I've seen David coming out to bat wearing one of the helmets. A couple of batsmen have come and gone, but the night watchman Taylor remains. And his job now to keep out Hurst again, coming in from the southern end.
Well, there's no doubting who's been the quickest bowler in this match so far. I think Rodney Hogg has even exceeded Bob Willis.
Yes, he's certainly bowled with a lot of life. I think Bob, in fact, on his own admission, wasn't really trying to bowl too quick in the first innings for that wicket so helpful and moving around a bit. Interesting to compare them the second time round. And that must be close too, yes, and that's gone. Up goes the umpire's finger. So a little mini collapse taking place here with the 5th England wicket going down at 120, and after some great stout, courageous resistance from Bob Taylor, he goes LBW to Hurst for 20.
Bobby Taylor here just playing across the crease. Can't really see from that angle at all. Probably a better angle this time now to have a look at that. Willis going across the crease. Australians are confident that it would have had to been hitting somewhere near leg stump, I would have thought.
Well, both of them away nicely, flicked away to long leg. Just be a single in it, but happy to get off the mark. The two younger Englishmen out there, both of them with a single, and David Gower yet to score. 21 for 5.
And Hogg has really kept up the pace. He's been very, very slippery, and you can understand why as you see him running up to beautiful free action.
And a swish, but not out. Not a very good-looking shot from Botham.
Here's Hogg again pushing forward here. Lovely shoulder action, well short. Botham not moving at all. Wide, off balance. Very powerful hit of the ball. The old adage, though, if when you swing that hard, they've got to be caught. And that would have been really flying at those slipsmen.
And a hook shot.
But he's got it.
Yes, won't be 4. Stopped out there. They take 1, come back for 2. And this should be very good cricket from now on if Botham's going to play shots, because England only a handful of runs in front. It's 5 for 123. That gives them a lead of 7 only, with 5 wickets in hand. Here's a replay.
Bit cramped here. Got away with it well, though. He should have been further across, and he's got 2. He's been compared, of course, to the great Keith Miller, one of my co-commentators here, but if he's anywhere as good as Keith, he's going to be a magnificent player.
And that's over. Got his hands to it. Lachlan went very close to that. He may have touched it. It's not going to be 4. They've taken 2, coming back for 3. Now, I'd say that he just got the tips of his fingers to it.
Yes, definitely got his hands to it. Lachlan will be disappointed as an Australia. Here's the replay. A big square slash. Bang. See if we can pick it up on this angle now. Once again, nowhere near the ball. Outside edge, and yes, it definitely got his hands to it. You could see it lifting from the deflection, just like a goalkeeper tipping one over the goalpost. That's bad luck for Australia, but certainly brought life back in this match.
And no run there. Botham on to 6. And there's a cracking drive. Straight through the covers, a chase for Tui. He may get this just inside the boundary. They've taken 2, and they go back for 3.
Well, we're saying...
Look at that throw. Fine piece of cricket.
And aren't the crowd enjoying it? They really do love cricket in this part of the world.
Nice drive. Right down the ground. This might be 4. The ball may not reach the boundary. They've taken 2. Coming back for 3. And Gower goes on to 5. It's 5 for 135. And in the air, the chance here. McLean must get to it. No! He couldn't make it. Well, they're on their heels. Had he been moving forward, he must have taken it.
In fact, both of them indicated that came off his head. Let's watch the replay. I don't know whether, in fact, he did hit it, Norman. I think it might have hit him on the head. Can we see it from here? The indicator hit him in the helmet.
Yes. And a full toss. That's put nicely through the covers. That might not be 4 again. They're going for 3. They're on the way, and oh, Gower's very fast. He made it easily. Now the bowler at the far end is Lachlan, and it's Botham taking strike. And almost played on. How did that miss the stumps? I'll never know. Somehow that missed the stumps, and look at the bowler. And his chances at almost a catch. That was on the half volley. It was Lachlan too, and it would have been hard, but he's just the man who might have caught one like that.
Yes, I think, what's this? He seems to, he's going to drop it and change his mind. He looked like he was going to loft it, then he changed his mind, as you can see, and lofted it. He got caught and didn't know whether to hit it out the ground, and they decided the last minute to keep it along the ground, got it caught halfway.
Well, there's a better shot, but look at the timing there. He just sort of dabbed that down. That's 4. Botham to 17, and that's the 150 up for England, 5 for 151. And in the air, back over the bowler's head. It's coming down towards the boundary. It won't be 4. 3 for 2. Not a perfectly timed shot, but his intention, of course, is quite obvious. There is nobody on the straight hit. Let's watch the replay.
He doesn't quite get it. It's not a bit too short to lift the ball, and he took a great risk. It wasn't as though it was on a half volley where he could lift it and lift it over the fence, but he hit it on the up and didn't quite time it, and lucky enough, it fell safe at halfway to the fence.
This time
That's
it's a much better hit down to the fence before it goes. So a 2 and a 4 and 2 balls to Botham. He goes up to 23, 5 for 161.
That's a much better shot. He got right to the pitch of that one and lofted it, and as you can see, he picks it right up in the half volley, and this is a different style of stroke.
And through the slips it goes, down to the boundary that was between the gap there between the second slip Cozier and the gully, up into the fence for 4. And a chance dropped. That was a chance, I'd say, dropped by McLean.
It's a funny one. I'm not quite certain. The ball definitely came across and deflected. I don't know.
Well, they're going to run there. That would be buys. It was going right down to the boundary. There was no contact with the body. Yes, 4 buys.
Well, Master McLean's having a little rough trot. He let one go through his feet for 2 buys, and what we think is a catch he dropped, and then that one went straight through him, and 4 more buys.
So Sundry's on to 10, and the total moving to 170. And that's the 50 partnership between these two. They came together at 120. 50 very valuable runs for England. And those 50 runs have been put on in 58 minutes, which would be the fastest scoring of the match. Well, they get runs here. It's a single to Gower. He's 17, 5 for 171. And in the air, could be caught. He's out there, Higgs. Drop it. Got both hands to it. He got both hands to it. A very difficult catch.
Yes, there's certainly a catch. He did well to get into it, and they're not easy catches, but he got his both hands. Now have a look at this. He doesn't get to it again. He doesn't get a half volley, and he plays rather desperately, this man. Now watch Higgs run in. He dives, gets his 2 hands, and in and out it goes.
Again to go. He's hammered that off the back foot this time. It's beaten to it, cover. Just took a little bit of the sting off. It won't go through. But these two young 21, 22-year-olds move pretty well between the wickets, and Gower will get 3 for it. It's a lovely shot there from Botham, powered off the back foot. That's through very comfortably for 4 runs. Well, Shaw didn't quite middle it, as you can see. Middle that properly, it would certainly have gone to the boundary edge. Graham McLean unable to gather. A poorish return coming in. And Gower for this shot, seen on replay, collecting 3 runs. So there's 3 runs, bringing up the 200 mark for England. Coming up in exactly 6 hours. There's no to Beltham. That's short. He's given that a big hoik. That'll be 4 all right. Beltham cashing in on that shortish delivery. Tracked it with tremendous power. Hit the fence on the full.
It's the replay now. He's got well inside this one. Bang.
Oh, it's a lovely shot. Typical glorious Gower square cut there. Brings him another boundary. Really lashed into that one. As it made 6, 1 bounce. 1 bounce short of 6 runs, but he gets 4 for it. And he must have got into position, Bobby, pretty quickly there, because he hit that almost just wide of mid-on.
I would have thought he was waiting for that one. He was in so quickly that he was anticipating the shorter one, expecting it, and he went back there. It goes very, very quickly. Bang.
Takes him on to 49 then. As Hogg moves in.
And he could be gone, yes, he's gone at 49, he's gone for the hook shot, the umpire's given him out caught behind, and Rodney Hogg has taken another wicket. A disappointed Beltham.
In fact, it was quite a slow bouncer. Whether Rodney Hogg tried to really give it everything, but it's come off the wicket very slow. Botham has come into the position, gone too far across. And Johnny McLean gleefully accepts the catch.
No change at the far end. Still Alan Hurst coming in. Well to David Gower.
That has to be close.
I would have thought it was going to miss leg stump, but it was certainly worth a shout. Hurst now in his 18th over. Oh, that's another lovely shot, short and powered away square on the offside, and Gower making the most of it. Fairly wayward delivery there from Hurst. Oh, that takes him on to 44. Also seen the removal of a slip.
And that's a chance, and it's caught, and Gower goes. So Hurst in turn picking up the wicket. A lack shot there from Gower.
And Johnny McLean takes another wicket. Gower goes for 44, ending another bright interlude of play here.
Very casual shot. We'll see Gower doesn't really bother to move his feet too far. Bit too far up to be trying to belt it off the back foot, and Johnny McLean gleefully throws it up.
He's a much improved cricketer, is this boy, Phil Edmonds. He's coming to the side, of course, has taken over from Derek Underwood. He's bowled beautifully over the last 2 years, improved enormously, and I think he's going to be a very good cricketer.
Oh, what a catch, what a catch.
As he snapped it up, yes, up goes the umpire's finger, and McLean's taking another. It's really his day. Edmonds goes for just a single, and Rodney Hogg takes his 5th wicket here in his first Test match.
What a catch, what a catch. Have a look at this. Bang, short. What's the thick edge? And look at McLean. Over, and he rolls over. Look at that. He comes up. He's obviously held it. What a magnificent catch.
And out to the boundary it goes. I don't think they'll stop that one. Yes, it's going into the fence for 4. And Miller onto 16 to join Old, and that's the 250 up. 8 for 253. And again, Gallup diving for it. He couldn't make that one. Chase for Yardley. He should get this just inside the fence. They should run 3 this time, surely. Round they come for the 3rd, and away they go. So at the end of the second day, it's 8 for 257 in reply to Australia's total of 116. And a pill, here is it, and he's out, yes, right in front. Quite a delay there by umpire O'Connell, but there didn't look to be much doubt from here. So Miller, leg before to Hogg for 27. Hogg has 6 for 71.
Well, we'll have a look at that again and let you be the umpire. Miller here receiving a ball that was of a good length, trying to play it across towards mid-wicket, as you can see. And Norman May here is just raising his finger. He would have given him out from this position, and that just shows you what an advantageous situation we find ourselves in. There's Miller again, and I think that probably would have hit about leg stump.
So Hogg to Willis. Hogg 6 wickets so far. And that's beaten him, but he's dropped the bat. How it missed the bat, how it missed the off stump, I don't know, but it's gone through. Let's see it again.
Well, as you can see, it just missed the off stump. I think the breeze wrenched the bat out of Bob Willis's hand then. He was so close to it.
Now this time runs, he's got onto that very well. Long chase for Toohey. They'll run 3 easily. The ball might stop just inside the fence, and they come back for an easy 3. So 9 for 269. And that was well played by Old, because it was the last ball of the over, and he keeps the strike. And well driven again. Now he'll look for 3 here if he can. It's getting towards the end of the over. They've taken 1 and 1 only. And Hogg bowling now to Willis. And no.
That was a remarkable delivery. It wasn't all that short, but it really did get up very quickly. There it is again. Just notice how far down the wicket it pitches. Oh, it is fairly short, but it did rise very abruptly.
And he'll get a run here. Yes, he's away. He's off the mark. So Willis is 1. Old 21, 9 for 271.
Yes, Hurst now being given the chance of bowling downwind.
And cracked well by Old. That's going out towards the boundary. And the outfield is a fair bit faster today, and that's going into the little fence over there for 4.
But it's Alan Hurst now, who must just bowl a little short of a length, I think, to Bob Willis. Willis is quite happy with the ball well up to him.
I wanted no real need to play at there, Bob. It wouldn't surprise me if Willis had decided to stay down that end. There's a theory, you know, at home that he can push forward at the quick bowlers with a little bit more confidence than Chris Holt can.
Well, that may be right. He certainly gets closer to the ball every now and then, and he also has got the security of knowing that the captains have struck a deal that he and Jimmy Higgs can't get any bounces, so that allows him to push forward with confidence.
There's nothing wrong with that shot for number 11. That's racing away for 4. Over pitch, just leant into it and put it away square on the off for 4 runs. But I think it does illustrate the point. It's a great advantage if you know that nobody's going to bowl anything short at you, and you can get on the front foot. And Bob is a big lad, 6'4", and he's got a long reach forward. He's guided that through the area too, between slip and gully. That won't, of course, reach the fence, and Willis will be content to take 2 for it.
Australians are becoming a little frustrated now. These two have added 26 runs, and they're very valuable runs, very frustrating for the fielding side when the 10 and 11 manage to stick around for some time.
And so often these runs are easier to come by in the first innings than in the second innings. I think this is possibly what's in Brearley's mind.
Oh, that's edged and it's out. And Hurst hands up to the sky. Another catch for wicketkeeper McLean. And England are all out for 286 with Bob Willis caught behind off the bowling of Alan Hurst for 6.
This is the way the England innings finally ended. See the deflection going through there, taken low down by Johnny McLean, and just a little pause from the umpire to see that the ball did carry. He was satisfied it did, which in fact it did, and up goes the finger. So it's been a good performance by these Australian speed bowlers here. They've shared the wickets, 6 falling to Hogg and the other 4 to Hurst.
So England 286 all out, giving them a lead of exactly 170 runs on first innings.
England with a lead of 170 runs after their first innings, and indeed it looked as though that was going to be enough to win the match. Australia were first 2 for 2 and then 3 for 49, and it looked as though we weren't going to be required here on the fourth day. But then a good fighting partnership between Captain Graham Yallop and Kim Hughes restored some respectability, and at the end of the day, when bad weather stopped play, Australia were 3 for 157, just 13 runs behind England's first innings score. Let's have a look at those highlights.
So here we are ready to go, the start of this Australian second innings. Willis to Cozier. 100 ball and first ball. Would you believe it? What a dramatic start. The very, very first ball of the innings, and Bob Willis runs up and knocks over Gary Cozier.
Incredible start for Willis. Almost a warm-up delivery. Didn't put a lot in it, but it swung in late. Cozier going for a half-hearted drive and lifted his head a little bit, I think. Let's have a look. There's the replay. Cozier back and then forward, trying a little drive, but nowhere near the ball, well outside of it, and England a great start, 1-0. Here we go again.
A very useful delivery, Bob, as you can see here again. This first ball, it's no question of a loosener. Pitched right on target. There's a gap there between bat and pad, which is fatal.
And look at the look on Gary Cozier's face there. He's done it, he says.
So we're waiting now for just the second ball of this innings. And the great ring of close fielders as Willis comes into Toohey. As good a cheer as we've had all morning with that ball striking the middle of Peter Toohey's bat. Willis again to Toohey. Just nudged in, swing around the corner, and the first run's coming from the bat of Toohey. A single to him. The other run on the board is an extra. Both of them to Toohey. Big shout going up, it seemed possibly a little bit high and outside off stump.
It's rather strange. We're talking about the ball swinging. This one goes straight through. Let's see. It seemed possibly missed the leg stump, I would imagine, but it did not swing at all, and it really straightened up, if anything.
And another shout, he's gone this time, and Toohey goes, and Botham's done it. And England have struck twice here in the first 2 overs. Australia 2 for 2, with Peter Toohey falling LBW to Ian Botham for just a single.
But here we're exactly the same delivery, straight through it. He plays for the curve, and it's no curve at all. It goes stand. That looked rather plumb. It didn't hit him so near as high. And what a coincidence, what a catastrophe. This is the man. Here we go now, right behind the ball. Let's have a look at this. Ball comes straight through. Yes, I don't think the umpire has made much of an error there. That is plumb, I would say.
A difficult situation here for Graham Yallop, who's come in with 2 men out in rapid succession. Only 2 runs on the board. And remember, Australia 170 behind on first innings. So it's been a shrewd tactical move, this, to bring Botham on with the new ball. Coming in now to Graham Yallop. A little bit of doubt there as to whether to go for the run. Still, Yallop safely made it in the end, but a fair amount of hesitancy on both batsmen.
At this stage of the game, with the score 2 for 2, that wasn't a bright piece of cricket by Australia, because there's quite a bit of a hesitancy, as Jim said.
And he's got it through the ring. Boycott giving chase, will cut it off quite comfortably, but Graham Wood opens his account in the second innings with 2 runs.
A no ball put away square this time. Gower giving chase, and he's a very nice mover in the field. So successive twos to Graham Wood. Well, that's a lovely shot. Struck short by Botham. He's hooked it away square on the leg side and hooked it down and hooked it well.
Yes, he did well to hook that, because that ball did not get up anywhere near as high as previous ones, and he actually had to squat down. You watch him, he gets down rather low to hit this. As you can see, he had to really squat down, and he hammered it and hit it absolutely plumb in the middle, and that'll give him a lot of confidence. He's 8 runs, 2 twos and a 4 in the 1 over, and it'll make him happy. Here we go again.
A little bit of imagination too being used by England skipper Brearley here. Had a look at the clock, and it's very close to lunch. He's got 2 left-handers in there together, so he's bringing Miller on. There's a friendly delivery. A nice slow full toss, crashed through the offside by Yallop for 4.
Here comes replay, and you can see it's a nice full toss, and Yallop middle of the ball, and it ricochet absolutely flew to the offside boundary.
Follows that with a single.
Chase then for Randall, of course, nicely off the back foot. A big wide gap there, of course. And Speedy Randall doing his work well there.
Just 2 runs out for Yallop. Well, it certainly looked as though they were going to make 3.
Yeah, it's a good-looking back foot shot, as you saw. Possibly Yallop just a little bit suspicious about Randall's return there. I think there was probably 1 in the throw, but Yallop thought perhaps the return might have been better than it was.
There's another chase for Randall. It's off a no ball this time. And once again, they're settling for 2 runs.
Oh, 3rd time running. That's hit with a little bit more power, I think. And this time they're safe enough to take 3.
I think Randall was a little bit slower after it too. Understandably, that's 3 long chases he's had. Good-looking back foot drive there from Yallop. Let's have a look at Randall and see how he's feeling at the moment. He trotted back last time, but he's walking back this time.
That's Wood's turn now. He's going to collect a couple on the onside this time. Miller's giving chase just behind square.
And was asked this time. And it's turned down, and the Englishmen aren't very pleased about that. Gallop going for the hook, got fairly close to it.
Well, let's see what it did hit.
Oh, yes.
Very close to the glove, didn't it?
Oh, yes, oh, yes. Yes, off the glove, I'm afraid.
Oldie's just a little bit of a problem for his catch in the field. He's injured that left-hand of his, Jim, and...
That's right, he's normally a close catcher, of course, but he's been having to push away now from the back.
And that's beaten the diving Randall. He's not going to bother to chase it. He knows there's no hope of cutting it off, and it's 4 more runs.
Willis now to Wood. He swatted that. And, single for it as Randall fields. So just 1 short of the 50 mark for Australia, with 2 men out. 2 men going early on. Cozier without scoring, and Toohey for a single. Wood on 19, Yallop on 25.
The shout goes up again. He's given him this time. So 3 wickets down. It's young Graham Wood, the man to depart this time. The score on 49. And the 3rd wicket goes down. LBW to Chris Old.
Here it comes now on replay. Shuffling across. Well, I would have thought perhaps that was going a little down the offside. It's always difficult to see. Here it is again, though, from another angle. Graham Wood may have been just a little unlucky.
Might have been a bit unlucky. Probably made up for the other decision a couple of overs ago. Yeah. It's amazing in the game of cricket how it seems to level itself out over the time. So this is Kim Hughes coming in. Take the place of his colleague from Western Australia.
Attack obviously going to be off stump to Kim Hughes with the full ring of fieldsmen.
Well, push forward. But, inside edge down to 3rd man. They've come back for a second, and Willis trying to fire it at the far end. So the 50 comes up. Those 2 runs also opening Kim Hughes' account.
That's a useful shot. Very, very quickly under that. Kicked it away very nicely through mid-wicket for 4.
Crowd enjoying that one. They haven't had too much to cheer for Australia for in this match.
And he's hit that over the head of the fieldsman out there.
But just over the head.
Just clear, but at 4 runs, and Yallop on to 40. The total to 72, so Australia now less than 100 behind. There's the shot.
The replay. That time a bit cramped for the shot. Didn't get onto it as well as the one before. And it just went over the head of the square-leg man.
Now there's a risky run here. They're through, and he's home. It was a dive by Randall. He didn't throw the ball.
Badly played by Randall, in fact. Badly played. He wasted too much time. He should have got rid of it underarm straight away. Not good cricket by Randall. He was never, ever, I didn't think, going to run him out. Let's have a look. Unless he let the ball go. Kim Hughes shouldn't have been looking where he was. He should have been watching the batsman and taking off. Now let's have a look at it. Long way out there. No, he's just in. But imagine the distance he would have got if he'd thrown it underarm.
This time it's going out there as a catch to Boycott. It's over the top, is it?
I think it's bounced short.
Let's see. 4, yes. Boycott wasn't too far away. That was a ball just bouncing inside the fence. 2 men in the outfield. And there it is. It hit that one. Gower's out there. It may be 6. Could be 6. Yeah, hit the fence on the full. Hit the fence on the full. That was about half a metre short of a 6. And he's onto that. That's a nice shot. Well played. Well, that's as good a shot as we've seen in the game, I think. He goes up to 48.
That's a very good shot. It was short. The ball was short and had to be cut. But what I liked was where Yallop got above the ball and really stabbed it straight down to the ground. He got above it and absolutely in command. Glorious stroke. Here we go, the replay. See, he gets right above it and cracks it down.
Taking a single, and yes, Yallop to 49, 3 for 93. And he'll be facing the off-spinner once again, Miller. There's his 50. Yallop 50. Hughes 17, 3 for 94. And he's timed that well. You can count 4 for that. Another fine shot from Yallop. And there's that shot again. There's a fieldsman there. They'll get 2, I should think. That's the 50 partnership, and now the 100 up for Australia. Australia 3 for 100. Yallop is 56, and it also passes the 50 stand between these two. $154 minutes for the 100.
Wallace again to Hughes. Could you believe? So Wallace again to Yallop.
Dropped again. Difficult one. Low to Graham Gooch's right. So a let off for Yallop. And again, Willis the unlucky bowler.
Oh dear. A thick outside edge. Yallop looks round apprehensively. It was low to Gooch's right hand, really going across behind Gooch. Shows anguish. There's that peculiar shuffling of the feet that Graham Yallop does.
That's a much better shot. Nice in the position, right on top of it. Kept it down, clipped it away square on the offside for 2 runs.
The worry you've got as a batsman at this stage is to become overcautious and not allow your natural talents to flow through. Nice to rotate the strike.
That's a bad ball, but the first bad ball is really let loose. It's got its just desserts. Pitched outside leg stump and swung away there by Kim Hughes for 4. It's broken the monotony. A long time since we had a run. And Kim Hughes bringing the crowd to life again.
Edmonds to Yallop. And there's the run. 100 partnership. Yallop 72, Hughes 45, 3 for 149. And this will be a run. They might think for 2 here. It's a long chase in from the boundary. They're coming back for the second. No, they're not. The fieldsman out there is Lever, the substitute. And I would have had my doubts about that second run.
I'll tell you one thing, he's got a pretty good arm. He let that fly and it just went arrow straight and very fast.
And 150 up for Australia. So they're only 20 behind, 20 more runs, and England must bat a second time. He can hit that one. Yes, through the covers. That's his 50. Into the fence for 4. Hughes 51.
And a very good shot to bring that 50 up. Beautiful shot. Ball over pitch. And he hammered right through the opening.
And driven nicely. Beautiful shot. Coming down towards the mid-off boundary. Rossiter long off. Randall up. He's got no hope. That was a nice shot. That's the second one of those he's played this morning. Both off Botham. Hughes to 67.
There's nothing wrong with that stroke. As you can see, he hit it plumb in the middle of the bat and hit it beautifully.
He's had a crack at that one. Out towards the boundary it goes. It won't be 4. Holds the fieldsman, and they take 2. Well, what do you think, Keith? Did he chase that?
Well, he went out, but he's so cocky at the moment and so confident. As you can see, he's chased a long way, but he's going for his shots. And, well, I like to see batsmen go for the shots, but at the same time, while you're going for shots with a brand new ball, there's a lot of danger lurking around, especially with those slip men and the wicketkeeper there.
3 for 196. Hughes on 69. And this time on the onside, they take a single at least. Yes, one only. Hughes 70. 3 for 197.
And it's Willis to Hughes.
I noticed in the last over, Hughes attacking both of them. He's a little dangerous to do that. You've seen him much more, and he's the man who gets the wickets early, doesn't it? People going to drive him, and he curls away from the bat.
He found the outside edge there. He was chopping down on it, but gets up a single down to third man. That single that we just saw took the partnership to 150. Single, bringing up the 200 on the board there, 3 men out. Cozier, Toohey and Wood on this partnership now, an excellent one, taking it from 3 for 49 right up to the 200 mark. 71 to Hughes, 92 to Yallop.
Oh, what a beautiful stop.
Fortunately, I think he snapped up with the other hand.
That was as good a stop as you can ever wish. It went like a bullet.
Over pitch ball driven beautifully and very firmly straight by Graham Yallop all the way for 4 runs. So that takes him on to 96 and Australia 3 for 204.
It's a fine shot by Yallop. Frankly, he didn't quite time it, as you can see. He hit it pretty well, but he didn't hit the meat of the bat, and it got to the fence quite comfortably, but not just in the middle. But a very good shot. He covered the shot with his feet and was right over the ball.
Push that away, past Grisel all right this time, they won't risk a second. 1 nearer for him. Just a single. Chris Holt is the fielder down there. And Yallop goes on to 98. Holt again to Yallop. Slow one, swing it in a bit.
Might be a bit disappointed, Graham Yallop. I think he felt that was the one to get his 100 with. Yallop's on 98. He's pretty comfortable against Botham, bowling over the wicket, so he's decided he'll go into the left-hander coming into these stumps and bowling round the wicket. It's good tactics.
He's run the first quickly. Is he going to come back for the second? No. Plenty of time to get the one he wants for his 100, he decides, and it's just as well because it was a fine throw coming in from Holt. Chris Holt to Yallop, Yallop on 99. And racing through the 100.
And he's got it.
Well, superb performance, well played. Australian captain Graham Yallop came in when they were in all kinds of trouble, has rescued his side and gone through to a really excellent 100 runs. That's again turned nicely by Yallop off his leg. All right, I think for the second this time. A few antics going on by the English fielders there, but I didn't think there was ever any problem at all. There was 2 very easy runs, yes. And he was always safely home.
I think Graham Yallop was calling the pace halfway through the second run, and he wasn't really flat out. Just the fact that it hit the stump always makes it look a little better than what it really is. Not quite the same sparkle in the Englishman's fielding today. They're not quite coming as hard in as they were. And they'd be starting to feel a bit downhearted, a bit worried about the whole situation. They know there's a long way to go. They're still in the better position, but these 2 players are very comfortable.
That's a catch, and it's caught and bowled very nonchalantly, and this great long partnership is ended. Bob Willis has done it again. Caught and bowled Graham Yallop. Australia now 4 for 219, and the Australian captain out for a really superb 100.
Yes, a magnificent 100. His shot to get him out was just that little casual. We'll see here, he's well short of it, and he's hit it straight, and Bob Willis has just put out that big long hand and plucked it without any trouble at all. But Graham Yallop will be a little upset about himself, I think. Just a little casual then at a time when he shouldn't have been.
And a great hand for him from a crowd, not a very big crowd here this morning.
And that'll certainly add the sparkle back into the Englishman's fielding now, Jim.
I'll just see if they start moving in a little quicker now, I wonder. Well, they've got a new batsman to tackle, and it's been a long time since that happened. Trevor Loughlin is the chunky figure having a chat as he's out there. A discussion with Kim Hughes on what the tactics are going to be. Four slips angled away as Holt comes into Loughlin. It's forced away very nicely off the back foot, hit very firmly and very crisply. Randall giving chase. Loughlin very sharp between the wickets, making 3 out of it. So he gets nicely underway.
Yes,
and is out.
Close. That had to be close.
Walked in, hit him just about full toss, I would have thought, Bob, on the boot thereabouts. And a disappointment there with the dismissal of Trevor Loughlin. Out LBW to Chris Holt. 5 men are out for 228. Yes. And Loughlin out very cheaply.
Yes, I think Loughlin there must have known he's very, very close. Here it is. He's wandered across. It's hit him in the block hole there.
Well, there's a man who was undefeated in the first innings. Johnny McLean. Can he pull it off again for Australia? Looking off the mark, little doubt to begin with, but he's made it safely in the end. So Always a relief to get off the mark in the Test match, particularly here on your home ground. Singled her to Johnny McLean.
So we're about to see the first over bowled now by Botham, and here's Jim Laker.
Thank you, Funk. And the first ball pushed away quite nicely by Hughes through mid-wicket. So chase down there, and it should be... Well, there should be 3 runs, yes. They've run in the third, well. Hughes run into the danger end.
He didn't hit that well, he hit it at the bottom of the bat.
Right on the bottom. Yes, he certainly got 4 on it. Been hit anywhere around about the middle. Still, he settles for 3. It's quite short. Right on the bottom, forced away through mid-wicket.
Well, that's a 250, yeah.
Oh, it's got a chase there for Bob Willis. Short one. Very gingerly after that, the tall pace bowler.
Not the most convincing of strokes. Attempted pull, but not hit off the middle of the bat. Hit that better.
That's a better one. 4 for him all the way there. Well, a bowling change here, bringing on Dusty Miller. Jeff Miller coming on from this near end, this pavilion end. Quite a lengthy bowl to date. Thought he bowled better, in fact, today than he bowled yesterday. Gave the ball a little bit more air today. Changed his flight and varied his pace. Got the odd ball a turn. And he's able to bowl with a silly point, a short leg under an orthodox slip. Gonna come over the wicket. Now to the 2 right-handers. McLean to face first. And that's a dangerous shot to play. That must have been exceedingly close.
Well, that
over-pitched ball, round about middle stump. And let's have a look at it again.
Well, it looked plumb in line. Look at this. Look at this.
Absolutely no way. Absolutely no way.
Well, you saw it as well as I did, you people sitting at home, and I'm not going to say what I think. The umpire gave him not out.
Yes, I should have wanted that, Keith. So McLean survives. Miller foiled of his first wicket. He's given him this time. They bowled him a little float, it floated out, and he's gone LBW. Another shout, turned down. This one answered in his favour.
Well, that's a bit of a Jim Laker one. This, what's this, right up in the crease, right on the block hole there. What's this? This is no doubt at all about this one. Well, you saw them both, and, well, Miller deserved 1 wicket. I think possibly he deserved 2 wickets, but he can't get the same amount out twice. So, McLean, I don't think you'd have any argument about that one at all. Looked absolutely plumb.
So the new batsman, Bruce Yardley. Oh, squeeze that away nicely off the mark. Just push square between slip and silly point.
No ball called. So that gives Australia a lead of exactly 100. The score going up to 6 for 270. In this innings, only 2 players have made good scores. Yallop 102 and now Hughes 97. Nobody else has reached 20. But Sundries, of course, are 32. And that's into the covers for a single. Hughes 98. And that's the end of the over. He's kept the strike. And to get one here, he'll go to 99. Hughes 99. His previous highest score in a test match was only 28.
Well, 28 to 99, and on the occasion such as this is his biggest moment in cricket, his next run.
Well, his record against England before this was 1 test, 1 run, average 1.
Highest score 1.
So
well, he needs that 1 now. This is the greatest moment in Kim Hughes' cricketing career, the one he'll remember long after other performances come from his bat.
Now, bowling change at the far end. It's Old and not Botham. Old to Hughes.
Confident, lovely stroke.
This time, yes, they're through. There's the century.
Well done, Kim Hughes, and just we thought possibly that was the spot where he may get that extra run there. He got 2, as a matter of fact. Chris Old just tried to put extra effort into that one, and he just sprayed it down the leg side, but that's a very, very fine knock for Kim Hughes, the greatest moment ever in his cricket career. Great stuff, Kim.
And his first century in a test match. And that's pushed nicely into the mid-wicket area for a single. And Hughes level top scorer now with Yallop on 102. 6 for 281. That's 111 in front. 111.
Devil's number for some, they say, Norman. Kim Hughes worries me a little bit at present. He has for a few overs. He's tending to push across the bowling of Old, and I think we should be looking for perhaps an LBW shortly, because it's he's not playing as straight as he was.
And shot. 4 runs. No one out there. Yardley on to 9. 6 for 285. We haven't seen too many of those signals from umpires today. Middle to Hughes. And a big hit. That might be 6. It's going to be close. Yes, right over the top. He didn't miss that. That's a beautiful shot.
He worried me a little bit, Norman. He took off like a startled cat. He was short of the ball, but he kept hitting through it, and he's hit it beautifully for 6. It's a big hit from Kim Hughes. Let's have a look at it. He's decided very early. Look at this. Off he goes. Bang, behind. Very short of the ball, but right in the middle of the bat.
This is a good partnership now. Yardley's only scored 9, but they've taken the total up from 261, so they've put on 36.
Yes, and Bruce seems to be playing fairly comfortable out there. I got a feeling he might try the one over the top, though, very shortly. He doesn't like that man in at short point. Oops.
Well, a shot at the stumps, and both of them appealing. I think no doubt that Yardley jammed that bat down. This will give us a good view from this angle.
Yes, Botham's a fine fieldsman. Bruce there. Oops. Back I go.
Yes, Misfield, there's a chance for runs here. 1, possibly 2. If they know they were satisfied with 1, they...
Boycott, a good throw by Boycott.
So Yardley goes to double figures now. 298 the total. Yardley 10, 6 for 298. And through the field, that's well placed. He just waited for that run. It may not be 4. Let's see what happens. Gower's fast. They've taken 2, coming back for 3. No, they're not.
It's bad running. It's definitely 3 in that delivery then. Kim Hughes may be a little tired. Full toss. Works it well through the field.
So there's the 300 up for Australia. 6 for 300. 130 ahead. And that really underlined the slowness of this outfield.
Yes, he hit that one pretty well.
Going for the single this time, so it's 301, and Hughes to 116. And he's dropped it. I presume it was a catch.
Yes, I think so.
So Bruce Yardley's turn now to face the off-spin of Miller. 2 short legs in for him, silly point, underslip. Using his feet, going nicely down the wicket to it. Should make this into 2. Error of judgment there by Gower at mid-wicket. Oh, and he's asked for it. I thought he'd plucked that up on the half volley, but he's given him out. No, Brill is taking it. And Miller's picked up the wicket of Yardley. I just thought there was just the slightest doubt there. I thought it scooped it on the half volley, but there it was. The umpire can see.
I think the umpire looked across to square leg, but
well worth seeing again.
See whether the ball bounces before it gets to Brearley. There's the edge. Brearley going the wrong way, and I still don't know.
Very close decision. Very close decision. That's flighted,
safe.
And it's struck very firmly indeed over mid-off. Just one bounce. And an excellent shot indeed. Good old-fashioned shot there from Rodney Hogg. 4 runs.
So that takes Australia's lead now, what, to 153, so they're past the 150 mark.
And he's nicked that. He's edged it away down to a fine leg. Playing all the shots in the book this time. Helmet, no helmet. He's whacked that through mid-wicket. Once again, it's a slow outfield out there. And they could only make 2 of it in the end.
Yes, Rodney Hogg going for the hooks now.
Trying hard, bowls a no ball. He punishes that 2 through mid-on, and 2 more runs. Well, these are all useful runs that are coming now.
They're coming quite quick too. This is the big thing about it. It's demoralising to the fielding side when suddenly 9, 10 or 8, 9, 10 and Jack start to take them so quickly.
Yes, it's 168 ahead now, Australia, with 3 wickets in hand.
Oop.
Now he's ducking out of the bouncer. And that's it this time. Rattled it through with a quicker one, beaten on the backward defensive. Botham picks up another wicket, and Rodney Hogg goes. 8 wickets down now, and Hogg out for 16, bowled by Botham.
Good bowling this. He softened him up with a couple of short ones, and then this is a very fast one well up.
Could easily have bowled him off his pants first ball there. And he's bowled another one. And this is Botham all over the place, you know. Hasn't bowled really well today. A lot of people here have been saying, well, what sort of a cricketer is this? And here he comes back again. 2 quick wickets. He's got 3 again in the innings.
It's unbelievable, really, because that was a full toss which hit 6 inches up the stump, I think. Just an Alan Hurst a lot further up. It's the time probably where Kim could look for a 4 here. If it's on at all, fieldsman right in on him.
And he's trying over the head of the fieldsman, and he's caught brilliantly.
Great catch.
What a catch by Edmonds. It's all over. Australia all out. 339. England wants 170 to win.
Australia scoring 339 set England 170 runs to win this match. England had 50 minutes to bat in their second innings, and it wasn't going to be easy. The big thing, I think, was going to be the battle between Rodney Hogg and Geoff Boycott. So let's have a look at the first ball, bowled by Rodney Hogg to Boycott. That must be
For leg
close.
before, not out. The whole Australian team went up.
That was very, very close. Geoff Boycott here, well up to him, played back. Can't see from this angle, but I would like to see it from front on. If we can, here it is now. Perhaps going down the leg side.
Now, Gooch in the first innings was out for 2 only. And he's ready now to face this first ball from Hurst. Purple leg before and not out. Look at the Australian team all up in the air.
Did he hit it? Did he hit it? That's the point. I don't know. I've got cans on my ears, but I thought I heard a funny noise. Let's see. Oh, 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 oh.
It's been an enthralling day's cricket. Great credit for this must go to the captain of Australia.
And driven nicely, beautiful shot. Coming down towards the mid-off boundary, Roger long off, Randall up, and he's got no hope. That was a nice shot. That's the second one of those he's played this morning. Both off Botham. Here's to 67.
There's nothing wrong with that stroke. As you can see, he hit it plumb in the middle of the bat and hit it beautifully.
He's had a crack at that one. Out towards the boundary it goes. It won't be 4. Holds the fieldsman, and they take 2. Well, what do you think, Keith? Did he chase that?
Well, he went out, but he's so cocky at the moment and so confident. As you can see, he's chased a long way, but he's going for his shots. And, well, I like to see batsmen go for the shots, but at the same time, while you're going for shots with a brand new ball, there's a lot of danger lurking around, especially with those slip men and the wicketkeeper there.
3 for 196. Hughes on 69. And this time on the onside. They take a single at least. Yes, one only. Hughes 70. 3 for 197.
It's Willis to Hughes.
I noticed in the last over, Hughes attacking both of them. He's a little dangerous to do that. You've seen him much more, and he's the man who gets the wickets early, doesn't it? People going to drive him, and he kills away from the bat.
Found the outside edge there. He's chopping down on it, but gets up a single down to third man. That single that we just saw took the partnership to 150. Single, bringing up the 200 on the board there, 3 men out. Cozier, Toohey and Wood, and this partnership now an excellent one, taking it from 3 for 49 right up to the 200 mark. 71 to Hughes, 92 to Yallop.
Oh, what a beautiful stop.
Fortunately, I think he snapped it with the other hand.
That was as good a stop as you can ever wish. It went like a bullet.
Over pitch ball driven beautifully and very firmly straight by Graham Yallop all the way for 4 runs. So that takes him on to 96 and Australia 3 for 204.
It's a fine shot by Yallop. Frankly, he didn't quite time it, as you can see. He hit it pretty well, but he didn't hit the meat of the bat, and it got to the fence quite comfortably, but not just in the middle. But a very good shot. He covered the shot with his feet and was right over the ball.
Push that away, past Grisel all right this time. They won't risk a second. Should be 1 nearer for him. Just a single. Chris Old is the fielder down there. And Yallop goes on to 98. Old again to Yallop. Slower one, swung it in a bit.
Might be a bit disappointed, Graham Yallop. I think he felt that was the one to get his 100 with. Yallop's on 98. He's pretty comfortable against both and bowling over the wicket, so he's decided he'll go into the left-hander coming into these stumps and bowling round the wicket. It's good tactics.
He's run the first quickly. Is he going to come back for the second? No. Plenty of time to get the one he wants for his 100, he decides, and it's just as well because it was a fine throw coming in from Old. Chris Old to Yallop. Yallop on 99. And racing through the 100.
He's got it.
Well, superb performance. Well played. Australian captain Graham Yallop came in when they were in all kinds of trouble, has rescued his side and gone through to a really excellent 100 runs. That's again turned nicely by Yallop off his leg. All right, I think for the second this time. A few antics going on by the English fielders there, but didn't think there was ever any problem at all. There was two very easy runs, yes. And he was always safely home.
I think Graham Yallop was calling the pace halfway through the second run, and he wasn't really flat out. Just the fact that it hit the stump always makes it look a little better than what it really is. Not quite the same sparkle in the Englishman's fielding today. They're not quite coming as hard in as they were. And they'd be starting to feel a bit downhearted, a bit worried about the whole situation. They know there's a long way to go. They're still in the better position, but these two players are very comfortable.
That's a catch, and it's caught and bowled very nonchalantly, and this great long partnership is ended. Bob Willis has done it again. Caught and bowled Graham Yallop. Australia now 4 for 219, and the Australian captain out for a really superb 100.
Yes, a magnificent 100. His shot to get him out was just that little casual. We'll see here, he's well short of it, and he's hit it straight, and Bob Willis has just put out that big long hand and plucked it without any trouble at all. But Graham Yallop will be a little upset about himself, I think. Just a little casual then at a time when he shouldn't have been.
And a great hand for him from a crowd, not a very big crowd here this morning.
And that'll certainly add the sparkle back into the Englishman's fielding now, Jim.
I'll just see if they start moving in a little quicker now, I wonder. Well, they've got a new batsman to tackle, and it's been a long time since that happened. Trevor Loughlin is the chunky figure having a chat as he's out there. A little discussion with Kim Hughes on what the tactics are going to be. Four slips angled away as Old comes into Loughlin. It's forced away very nicely off the back foot, hit very firmly and very crisply. Randall giving chase. Loughlin very sharp between the wickets, making 3 out of it. So he gets nicely underway.
Yes,
and is out.
Close. That had to be close.
Walked in, hit him just about full toss, I would have thought, Bob, on the boot thereabouts. And a disappointment there with the dismissal of Trevor Loughlin. Out LBW to Chris Old. 5 men are out for 228. Yes. And Loughlin out very cheaply.
Yes, I think Loughlin there must have known he's very, very close. Here it is. He's wandered across. It's hit him in the block hole there.
Well, there's a man who was undefeated in the first innings. Johnny McLean. Can he pull it off again for Australia? Looking to go off the mark. A little doubt to begin with, but he's made it safely in the end. It's always a relief to get off the mark in a test match, particularly here on your home ground. Singled to Johnny McLean.
Yes, we're about to see the first over bowled now by Botham, and here's Jim Laker.
Thank you, Frank. And the first ball pushed away quite nicely by Hughes through mid-wicket. So chase down there, and it should be... Well, it should be 3 runs, yes. They've run in the third well. Hughes running to the danger end.
He didn't hit that well, he hit it at the bottom of the bat.
Right on the bottom. Yes, he's certainly got 4 on it. Been hit anywhere around about the middle. Still, he settles for 3. It's quite short. Right on the bottom, forced away through mid-wicket.
Well, that's a 250 up.
Oh, it's got a chase there for Bob Willis. Short one. Very gingerly after that, the tall pace bowler.
Not the most convincing of strokes. Attempted pull, but not hit off the middle of the bat. Hit that better.
That's a better one. 4 for him all the way there. On a bowling change here, bringing on Dusty Miller. Jeff Miller coming on from this near end, this pavilion end. And quite a lengthy bowl to date. Thought he bowled better, in fact, today than he bowled yesterday. Gave the ball a little bit more air today. That changed his flight and varied his pace. Got the odd ball a turn. And he's able to bowl with a silly point, a short leg under an orthodox slip. Gonna come over the wicket. Now to the 2 right-handers. McLean to face first. And that's a dangerous shot to play. That must have been exceedingly close.
Well, that
over pitch ball, round about middle stump. And let's have a look at it again.
Well, it looked plumb in line. Look at this. Look at this.
Absolutely no way. Absolutely no way.
Well, you saw it as well as I did, you people sitting at home, and I'm not going to say what I think. The umpire gave him not out.
Yes, I should have wanted that, Keith. So McLean survives. Miller foiled of his first wicket. He's given him this time. They bowled him a little floated out, and he's gone LBW. Another shout, turned down. This one answered in his favour.
Well, that's a bit of a Jim Laker one. This, what's this? Right up in the crease, right on the block hole there. What's this? This is no doubt at all about this one. Well, you saw them both, and, well, Miller deserved 1 wicket. I think possibly he deserved 2 wickets, but he can't get the same man out twice. So, McLean, I don't think you'd have any argument about that one at all. Looked absolutely plumb.
So the new batsman, Bruce Yardley. Squeeze that away nicely off the mark. Just push square between slip and silly point.
No ball called. So that gives Australia a lead of exactly 100. The score going up to 6 for 270. In this innings, only 2 players have made good scores. Yellow for 102 and now Hughes 97. Nobody else has reached 20. But Sundries, of course, are 32. And that's into the covers for a single. Hughes 98. And that's the end of the over. He's kept the strike. And to get one here, he'll go to 99. Hughes 99, but his previous highest score in a test match was only 28.
Well, 28 to 99, and on the occasion such as this is his biggest moment in cricket, his next run.
Well, his record against England before this was 1 test, 1 run, average 1.
Highest score 1.
So
well, he needs that 1 now. This is the greatest moment in Kim Hughes' cricketing career, the one he'll remember long after other performances come from his bat.
Now, bowling change at the far end. It's Old and not Botham. Old to Hughes.
Confident, lovely stroke.
This time, yes, they're through. There's the century.
Well done, Kim Hughes, and just we thought possibly that was the spot where he may get that extra run there. He got 2, as a matter of fact. Chris Old just tried to put an extra effort into that one, and he just sprayed it down the leg side, but that's a very, very fine knock for Kim Hughes, the greatest moment ever in his cricket career. Great stuff, Kim.
And his first century in a test match. And that's pushed nicely into the mid-wicket area for a single. And Hughes level top scorer now with Yallop on 102. 6 for 281. That's 111 in front. 111.
Devil's number for some, they say, Norman. Kim Hughes worries me a little bit at present. He has for a few overs. He's tending to push across the bowling of Old, and I think we should be looking for perhaps an LBW shortly, because it's he's not playing as straight as he was.
And shot. 4 runs. No one out there. Yardley on to 9. 6 for 285. We haven't seen too many of those signals from umpires today. Middle to Hughes. And a big hit. That might be 6. It's going to be close. Yes, right over the top. He didn't miss that. That's a beautiful shot.
He worried me a little bit, Norman. He took off like a startled cat. He was short of the ball, but he kept hitting through it, and he's hit it beautifully for 6. A big hit from Kim Hughes. Let's have a look at it. He's decided very early. Look at this. Off he goes. Bang behind. Very short of the ball, but right in the middle of the bat.
This is a good partnership now. Yardley's only scored 9, but they've taken the total up from 261, so they've put on 36.
Yes, and Bruce seems to be playing fairly comfortable out there. I got a feeling he might try the one over the top, though, very shortly. He doesn't like that man in at short point. Oops.
Well, a shot at the stumps, and both of them appealing. I think no doubt that Yardley jammed that bat down. This will give us a good view from this angle.
Yes, both of them's a fine fieldsman. Bruce there. Oops. Back I go.
Yes, Misfield, there's a chance for runs here. 1, possibly 2. If they know they were satisfied with 1, they...
Boycott, a good throw by Boycott.
So Yardley goes to double figures now. 298 the total. Yardley 10, 6 for 298. And through the field, that's well placed. He just waited for that one. It may not be 4. Let's see what happens. Gow's fast. They've taken 2, coming back for 3. No, they're not.
It's bad running. It's definitely 3 in that delivery then. And Hughes may be a little tired. Full toss. Works it well through the field.
So there's the 300 up for Australia. 6 for 300. 130 ahead. And that really underlined the slowness of this outfield.
Yes, he hit that one pretty well.
Going for the single this time, so it's 301, and Hughes to 116. And he's dropped it. I presume it was a catch.
Yes, I think so.
So Bruce Yardley's turn now to face the off-spin of Miller. 2 short legs in for him, silly point and a slip. Using his feet, going nicely down the wicket to it. Should make this into 2. Error of judgment there by Gower at mid-wicket. Oh, and he's asked for it. I thought he'd plucked that up on the half volley, but he's given him out. No, Brill is taking it. And Miller's picked up the wicket of Yardley. I just thought there was just the slightest doubt there. I thought it scooped it on the half volley, but there it was. The umpire can see.
I think the umpire looked across to square leg, but
well worth seeing again.
See whether the ball bounces before it gets to Brearley. There's the edge. Brearley going the wrong way, and I still don't know.
Very close decision. Very close decision. That's flighted,
safe.
and it's struck very firmly indeed over mid-off. Just one bounce, and an excellent shot indeed. Good old-fashioned shot there from Rodney Hogg. 4 runs.
So that takes Australia's lead now, what, to 153, so they passed the 150 mark.
And he's nicked that. He's edged it away down to a fine leg. Playing all the shots in the book this time. Helmet and no helmet. He's whacked that through mid-wicket. Once again, it's a slow outfield out there. And they could only make 2 of it in the end.
Is Rodney Hogg going for the hooks now?
Trying hard, bowls a no ball. He punishes that too. Through mid-on and 2 more runs. Well, these are all useful runs that are coming now.
They're coming quite quick too. This is the big thing about it. It's demoralising to the fielding side when suddenly 9, 10 or 8, 9, 10 and Jack start to take them so quickly.
Yes, it's 168 ahead now, Australia, with 3 wickets in hand.
Oop.
Now he's ducking out of the bouncer. And that's it this time. Rattled it through with a quicker one, beaten on the backward defensive. Botham picks up another wicket, and Rodney Hogg goes. 8 wickets down now, and Hogg out for 16, bowled by Botham.
Good bowling this. He softened him up with a couple of short ones, and then this is a very fast one well up.
Could easily have bowled him off his pants first ball there. And he's bowled on. And this is Botham all over the place, you know. Hasn't bowled really well today. A lot of people here have been saying, well, what sort of a cricketer is this? And here he comes back again. 2 quick wickets. He's got 3 again in the innings.
It's unbelievable, really, because that was a full toss which hit 6 inches up the stump, I think. Just an Alan Hurst a lot further up. It's a time probably where Kim could look for a 4 here. If it's on at all, fieldsman right in on him.
And he's trying over the head of the fieldsman, and he's caught brilliantly.
Great catch.
What a catch by Edmonds. It's all over. Australia all out. 339. England wants 170 to win.
Australia scoring 339 set England 170 runs to win this match. England had 50 minutes to bat in their second innings, and it wasn't going to be easy. The big thing, I think, was going to be the battle between Rodney Hogg and Geoff Boycott. So let's have a look at the first ball, bowled by Rodney Hogg to Boycott. That must be close.
Ball, not out. The whole Australian team went up.
That was very, very close. Geoff Boycott here, well up to him, played back. Can't see from this angle, but I would like to see it from front on. If we can, here it is now. Perhaps going down the leg side.
Now, Gooch in the first innings was out for 2 only. And he's ready now to face this first ball from Hurst. Field for leg before and not out. Look at the Australian team all up in the air.
Did he hit it? Did he hit it? That's the point. I don't know. I've got cans on my ears, but I thought I heard a funny noise. Let's see. Ooh, 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 ooh.
It's been an enthralling day's cricket. Great credit for this must go to the captain of Australia.